Hi everyone, this is Lina from Trading Edge, and in this video I will present the Bitcoin monthly time frames forecast for 2024, which is produced by us. This is an Excel spreadsheet which I use for making the forecast. I use a unique and original system of Chinese astrology and Western numerology. These two systems are the only two systems in esoteric systems that allow the forecasting of monthly time frames. I love forecasting monthly time frames because that's very important to me as a Bitcoin trader, to know what is going to happen on a month-to-month basis. And they also help me with knowing what to expect on a weekly time frames and on daily time frames as well. So in this video I'm not going to talk in depth about my system that I use, and if you have any questions about my system, if you want to learn it and use it for yourself, just drop me comments in below the video, and then I'll make another video explaining my system, just to show you that the spreadsheet comes in a table of two parts. The first part is the Chinese astrology, and here the second part is the numerology, and here is a combination of both. These derivative kind of calculations which you don't have to understand. This is basically my working spreadsheet, so you don't have to understand everything, guys, because I have not made this spreadsheet to teach people my system. This is literally, you're looking at what I work on. But I'm very happy to share my spreadsheet with you so you can see the forecasts. And then for those of you who want to learn the system and who want to use this spreadsheet as a template for future years, I will be happy to explain the system. And once you learn the system, you can just copy and paste this table below, and then you'll be able to make your own forecasts for future years. And then if you paste the table below, you just hide these rows here with my calculations for this year, and everything will be very neat as it is neat in those tables. So let's crack on. First of all, to tell you that 2024 will be a very confusing year. It will start on a good note, and with the passage of time it will actually keep getting worse and worse and worse. Sorry to give you this news, but unfortunately this is the combination of elements according to Chinese astrology, that it will keep getting flatter and redder as the year progresses. Particularly the second half of the year is not looking great. January was a pretty flat month. I'm very lucky to get the green candle which I forecasted. It is a tiny green candle, but it is a green candle, and I've ticked it already as a correct forecast because I couldn't wait for the month to close today. And as soon as it closed, I checked the color of the candle and it is a green candle. I'm relieved that my forecast is correct, because all it takes is to get 1 month wrong, and then it will influence the percentage of accuracy, and it's gonna be very unfair just by a couple of bucks to get the opposite color candle to what I have forecasted, which has happened to me in the past on a couple of occasions last year. So yeah, January is correct. I was predicting it to close on a green candle. It closed on a green candle. Next, February, I am dictating this forecast on the 1st of February at 1 a.m. and according to the systems that they use, Chinese astrology and Western numerology, I expect February to close on a green candle, and it's going to be a very positive month in terms of drive and inspiration and hope. Why I think that is because we have this element of fire which represents those things, and because we haven't had fire for quite some time. If we go back, look at the elements of the past year: wood, water, metal. The last time we had fire was actually March last year, and that we had a fire element participating on a major level. Basically, what I mean by a major level is the combination between yearly elements, and here is the pillar of year and here is the pillar of the month. So we haven't had fire here at all in the heavenly branches. We've had it in the earth branches, but not in the heavenly branches. I will do another video explaining how the system works with the Chinese astrology. It's a very long story, and I want to keep the video short because I don't have Wi-Fi here on my yacht. I use the hotspot from my phone, and it's very difficult to get enough bandwidth to upload the video after that. So for that reason, the video will be as short as possible, and if there is interest from you that you actually want to learn this system, I'm very happy to make a more detailed videos at another time. Moving on to March, we have fire element again in March, which is very compatible with the yearly elements of wood and earth. Let me show you where those elements are. So here is wood and earth, which are highly incompatible. These arrows show that they're in a destructive relationship with each other. They're involved in the cycle of destruction, and for that reason 2024 will be extremely difficult year for everyone, even for the winners. The winners will have to fight with their nails and their blood to get what they want. Even for the winners it will be a difficult year, let alone for the ones that are not going to be the winners. Okay, because these two elements are incompatible. Now, if you have this lack of compatibility within a human being, you would be predicting that this human being will be a very controversial person, and they will be successful, but they will be also an unpleasant person that people will fear. And you will be predicting that this person will be very dominating, and this person will be extremely stubborn, and this person you basically have to tiptoe around them. So both of these yang elements, the dragon is yang, which is an earth element, and then the heavenly branch of the year is wood, which is a yang element. So when these two yang elements get together, they are extremely, and also the way they hate each other, the wood and the earth hate each other, they're in a destructive relationship. When they get together, they create an intrinsic conflict within the being. And if that was a human, that person would have been a very paradoxical. The person will be very paradoxical. You just can't figure them out what they stand for, because they will have those two conflicting elements within themselves. So this time we're heading for a year like that, with conflicting energy within it. And in February the fire element comes in, and as you can see here, this is the circle of support. Wood supports fire and fire supports earth, which means that fire element is friends with both of these enemies, and fire will act as a mediator between them, and fire actually will manage to make peace between them. And also what fire will achieve is that the strengths of both of these elements will come into display. So February and March are expected to be incredibly positive months according to the Chinese astrology system. The reason why I've got March as closing on a red candle, there are a couple of reasons. The main reason is that on the 22nd of March, a very bullish event will take place in astrology, which is known to bring the market down. And I expect a bear reversal around 22nd of March. From 22nd of March onwards, I expect a bear reversal. And another reason why I've got March as a red candle is because according to Western numerology, it is month number 2. Let me show you how I calculate the months. So March is number 3 as a month, right? But I calculate them in another way, which is my own original system. I bring month plus year together. So 2024 is number 8 plus month number 3, that is 11, so therefore it's number 2. And then in what I have done in those tables here, every single month for the whole duration of Bitcoin's life, I have counted what color candles they have closed on, and then I have transferred this information in this table here. So the number 2 closes on a red candle 58% of the time. So the months 2 and 3 are the most bearish months. They're almost 60% accuracy, which is considered a kind of a significant percentage. So March is month number 2, which is a very vulnerable number. By the way, I do not approach this subject with my knowledge from the esoteric fields. I backtest everything. I'm saying it's a weak number only because on the results here from the backtesting. If the results here from the backtesting were good, I would not be saying that it's a weak number. So for example, number 5, normally it's very volatile. That's what we think in numerology, that 5 is a volatile number, but here it's got 56% green closures in the past. So I'm not saying that it's a weak number anymore. Okay, I'm going only from the backtested results in my research on Bitcoin. Why? Because I'm a trader of Bitcoin and I want to get things right for myself. I want to make the right trades. This is not really for any other purpose. I'm not interested to know the theories. I'm interested to know the practical applications of those theories. So for that reason, I backtest every single statement in forecasting. So March is closing on 59% of the time on red candles, and then I have another metric here. I count the green candles and the red candles in a month, and 53% of the candles here are closing on red or green. I haven't put a color because it's not a significant percentage. Basically what it's showing is that it's almost according to chance, and that makes it a vulnerable month as well. So what we have here is one of the metrics is neutral, the other metric is red, oh no, sorry, that's my actually forecast. So one of the metric is red, the other metric is neutral, and then the combination of elements is showing neutrality as well. So if I didn't have the astrological knowledge, I would actually be neutral. I would put a neutral here on this month that I don't know how it's going to close. Or I may decide, because all we have here is fire element, which is green, but we have this contradicted by the other system, by the numerology system, and I would actually be neutral because it's 1 point each, but where the astrology says that a very bearish event will happen on the 22nd of March. Because of that knowledge, I'm actually giving it a red color for March. Before 22nd of March, I expect that it's going to be a green month, and I expect that the Bay reversal will take place around 22nd of March. Moving on to April. April is month number 3, which is another vulnerable month. As you can see here in the numerology table, month number 3 is one of the most vulnerable months out of all of those numbers. Closes on a red candle almost 60% of the time. So we have that vulnerability. And then in April, what else do we have? Okay, so we have the earth element, which is very incompatible with the earth element of the year. When two earth elements are in conflict with each other, come together, according to the Chinese system, they become in conflict with each other, because the Chinese system is always about balance. Too much of something is considered negative. It doesn't matter whether it's good, whether it's too much good or too much bad. It's the lack of balance that is considered quite negative in Chinese system. And this earth here of the month will create competition with the earth element of the year, because the year is a dragon and April is also a dragon. So they're not going to be friends, the two dragons and the two earth elements. And also both of these are young earth, because the dragon is a young animal. So this will be a very conflicting month. I expect a lot of bad things to happen in the world in April, which will lead to a bearish sentiment and crash of the market. I expect very bad things for April. And the bottom for Bitcoin. You can see here there is a bullish variable, a bullish metric, and that is the count of green candles on monthly time frames in all Aprils from all the years since the existence of Bitcoin. So if you count those green candles against the red candles, you'll see that they are 75% of the time. It's quite a high number, but this is just one point which supports a green closure of the month. And then we have the numerology says that it's going to be a red closure, and then the earth element says it's going to be a red closure. So that is 2 points saying that is going to be red. And also when I have done a calculation, this is a deeper kind of calculation which you don't have to understand, but basically every month is 2 elements. It's an animal, which is the earth branch. Let me just show you quickly. So when you look at any month in the Chinese system, it has a heavenly stem and it has an earth branch. And for the year as well, heavenly stem and an earth branch. So these are 4 elements that need to be assessed for their relationships with each other. And in total, when you have 4 elements and you need to assess every single combination of relationships between them, these are 16 combinations. So I have made this visible here. I've done those in another place, but these I have made visible here, all the possible combinations between them, and every single one of them is a negative, challenging relationship. So for that reason, April is looking like a disastrous month, because earth and earth is not compatible, wood and wood is not compatible, and then earth and wood is not compatible as well. They hate each other. They're in the circle of destruction. Here is the circle of destruction. Wood hates earth. Wood conquers earth. They have unfriendly and conquering relationship. And that's the picture for April. Moving on to May, so you don't need to know a lot about May. All you need to know that if April is going to be very low and if the bottom is going to be in April, then the likelihood is that May will close on a green. So May is quite easy to predict that it's going to be a green candle. And on top of that, we have some confluences here that showing that is going to close on a green. Confluence number 1, it is an earth, but it is a female earth, so it's not going to be that bad. The effect of the female earth is not going to be that bad, and the reason for this is because the year is a male. This year the dragon is a yang sign, and in the Chinese system, when female and male interact, is always more favorable, even if the elements hate each other. The combination between yin and yang elements always have better results than the combination of two yin or two yang elements that are incompatible. So the earth element remains in May, but because May is the month of the snake, this is the dragon, right? This is the snake. Because the snake is a female element of earth, yin, it will be way more compatible with those two yang guys elements in the 2024 year, and which are wood and the dragon earth. And also number 4 is has a good score of closing on a green candle. 64% of the time this number has closed on a green candle. Do you remember how these numbers are calculated? I explained it in the beginning of the video. Month plus year number. Okay, so May is number 5, but the year is number 8, so 5 plus 8 is 13, and that comes to number 4. That's my unique original system. I don't know anyone else who is using this system for predicting monthly time frames. This combination of numerology and Chinese astrology, and also the way I use numerology, is quite unique and original. So we have several metrics here that are confirming a bullish performance, right? The female earth, then number 4, and then the number of green closing candles, which is another metric that I use, is 65%. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. 65% is number 4, the historical performance of number 4. In terms of green and red candles, it's only 53%, so it's neutral. So we have 2 points here, the female and number 4. We have two points supporting a green expectation, and we have 1 point that is neutral. We don't have we have only earth, that earth as an element that is incompatible element with the earth in and the wood in the year. But as I said, it's much better than April, much better. So for that reason, I expect a green candle for May. For June, I expect a red candle at this moment in time. I reserve the right to change this candle as we progress, as all of those months take place. At the end of the day, this is 5 months ahead from now, so a lot of things can happen by then. I have some astrological events that are happening in June, and on the basis of that, I've given it a red color, by the way. If I go only by the Chinese astrology and the numerology, I would have had this as a neutral here, because the variables are supporting a bull month, but because of the astrology, actually I would have had it as a green. I beg your pardon, I'm a bit tired. I would have had it as a green if I just go by these two systems, the Chinese astrology and the numerology. but because I know that there will be a bearish event in the second half of June, I'm actually giving it a red candle. For now, this may change. Later on, I do reserve the right to change some of these as time progresses. And then July, I've got as a green candle. August, I've got as another disastrous month, which will be a contender, which is going to be more disastrous. August or April. I think April will be the bottom, but August will make the long positions very uncomfortable, put it this way. Whether it will make a double bottom, it is very possible that it will, I don't know, or whether it will close slightly higher than where the bottom was in March. I cannot tell. All I know is that it's going to be a bearish month. Water represents fear, and male fear as well. It's a young month, and too many males and that are not getting on well. It's not gonna be fun. And then September is slightly better because the water here is female, and for that reason, and we have some other metrics. The numerology metrics are green, some of them. The other numerology metric, which is basically counting green and red candles throughout the months of September, throughout the years, that is a red. 64% of those candles are red, but number 8 has a very high percentage of closing on a green candle. That's 74%. Anyway, these two cancel each other out. But then we have the what do we have? We have the female water, which is more positive than the male water. And given that August will be quite low, it makes sense that September will be slightly better. So it will actually close higher than August. October will be a disastrous month. I've got it as a red candle. The numerology metrics are green. And that's the beauty of my system, because I use them to confluence each other, and it's really good when you see that the two systems are giving different results. It's very interesting to observe what is going to happen actually, and which system is stronger than the other. So as it happened in January here, we had wood, earth. January is the month of the ox. The ox is female wood, and wood earth is an enemy combination. These two they hate each other's guts, as I showed you here. Wood earth is what the year is gonna be, 2024, once the dragon comes in February, and that's exactly what it was in January. So according to the Chinese system, this should have been a red month, but the numerology was green. So I was really interested to know which system will overcome, and it was the numerology that overcame in January. But look how much it overcame with it, just a couple of $100. It almost closed on a red, and at some point today this was actually the monthly candle was actually a red candle. So not by much it won this competition here with the other system, and the same is going to happen in September, when the two systems again are saying different things. I believe that September will be a green. Oh, sorry, was I moving now to October? Yes, September will be a green candle simply by the logic that it's going to be higher than August. But talking about October, oh yes, I was talking about October. before I move to that example. So October, the numerology is green, but I've given it a red color because of the bad combination of elements. October is male wood, young wood. It's the month of the dog, and the dog is earth. So what we have in October is wood, earth. And guess what the year is? The year is wood, earth, as I showed you on several occasions. So when we have these two elements repeating each other, it will be young wood double and double young earth. And that is considered highly inauspicious in Chinese astrology. Both of these are exceptionally strong signs, the dog and the dragon. But Chinese astrology doesn't like it when there's too much strength. That is considered negative when there's too much strength and imbalance. So for that reason, it is expected that October will be a disastrous month according to Chinese astrology. And for that reason, I'm inclined to override what the numerology is saying here. And I'm inclined to give October a red color, a red candle expectation. Again, using the same logic, if October is very low, then November will be higher than October. So November gets a green candle, and then December, there will be some disastrous events in December. And I have forecasted a red candle on the basis of the numerology and on the basis of astrology. However, it will be a fire element, so I'm gonna revise that later on throughout the year. Reserve the right to change that because it's 12 months ahead from now, so it's quite difficult to predict so far ahead. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see how the other predictions come true, and then I'll revise December later on. But for now, I got it as a red candle based on the numerology and based on the astrology. In terms of Chinese astrology is not that bad for December. So this is my forecast for Bitcoin for monthly closing candles. If you like this spreadsheet, you're welcome to buy it from my website. My website sells 2 versions of this spreadsheet. Where is it? Okay, so one is the pretty version that you see here, and the other one is the working version. So this is the pretty version. It has exactly the same information, but I've just made it to be more pleasant to the eye. In terms of forecasts, everything is exactly the same. Nothing is missing from this version. And this is the working sheet. I prefer to work on this spreadsheet. It's kind of more visible to me what I'm doing. So this is my worksheet, and the other one is the pretty sheet, and you'll get this in an Excel spreadsheet. Both of these sheets, the pretty version and this version, you get only for $17. The beauty of this is that it is a template and you can use it for future years. And if you just want to have these as in a PNG format, they're quite clear images, very good quality. In PNG, I can produce that for you. If you don't want it as a template, if you just want it as a picture, I can produce that for you if you prefer this one. And they cost only $11 on my website. So you just go to monthly time frames, and you just choose whether you want the Excel. So I've put only one photo here, but I can show you that you'll get both of them. You'll get the worksheet and you will get the other sheet. And if you click the PNG, you'll get whichever you want. You can get the worksheet if you want, or you can get the other picture if you want, whatever you prefer. With the Excel spreadsheet, you'll get both of them. So this is it for today, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And if you ever want to learn how this system works in detail, so you can be making your own predictions, just drop me a message and I will produce another video. And the next video that I'm going to produce is Bitcoin's daily closing candles for the next month ahead. For February, I have got here Bitcoin's daily closing candles. This is a different system. I have extracted all Februaries in Bitcoin's life. I have measured the green candles and the red candles, and this is a purely statistical forecast which predicts what is likely to happen. And also I have another type of forecast for daily time frames, which I'm using as a confluence to the statistical forecast. So this is the statistical forecast, and this is the forecast that is using Chinese astrology, and I'm using the two forecasts again to confluence each other. I really like that. Using different systems really benefits me to kind of think neutrally about things. So in the next video I will present you with my predictions for daily closing candles based on the Chinese astrology and based on the statistics here. And also I may introduce you to some of my secret kind of variables that I use in making forecasts. So very nice catching up with you, and watch this space. Some more fun videos will be coming soon. Bye.